Okay. So this is Mike McFerron. He is the co-director of Electronic Music Midwest, and he's also an electronic music composer and faculty at Lewis University. Hi, Mike. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Electronic Music Midwest 2008 and what maybe separates this one from the other years?
Well, we started this actually as the Kansas City Electronic Music Festival in 2000. I was finishing up my coursework or my dissertation at University of Missouri in Kansas City, and I was a sabbatical replacement that year, and I was teaching at a community college, and we had speakers. We thought, hey, let's throw up some speakers and see who comes. We had Tom Lopez, who teaches at Oberlin, who was the, come on through.
Thank you.
Tom Lopez, who teaches at Oberlin, he was our first guest composer. The idea was to create a series of concerts for people in the Midwest to experience new electroacoustic music, and also try to do it a little bit different than other festivals we'd been to. Mainly that we have rather short concerts by design. We try to not go over an hour. We do 9 concerts in 3 days, but we try to keep them, less than an hour. And then the other thing we wanted to do was, me and some friends had an experience where we went to a conference, and the host and the host's institution, we got to thinking, they weren't very nice to us, actually. They acted like they were doing us a favor by programming our music, and we were out all of this money to travel there and bring our performers, and so it was kind of a student rebellion is how it started, as wanting to create a hospitable environment for composers to present their music and to play a very diverse collection of pieces. There's no one aesthetic direction at this conference. We spend a great deal of time trying to make sure that the pieces that we select are very diverse, and so that's kind of how it started. Then I graduated, and by my surprise, and I think everyone else's, I got a job, and we moved here, and I walked in, my department chair said to me, "So you're going to do a festival like you did in Kansas City?" And I said, "Sure." I thought he meant that year. He thought 5 years. So we did do it. It was called Electronic Music at Lewis University that year. That was a huge learning experience because we rented all the equipment. We didn't have anything. And after that, my friends in Kansas City and I got back together. We developed an official consortium between 3 institutions, Lewis being one, and Kansas City, Kansas Community College being another. Ian Corbett, who's generally our music director, is not here this time due to a serious accident. He'll be with us next year. Has written lots of grants and secured a lot of equipment. We've also secured a lot of equipment over 8 years here at Lewis, and have wonderful facilities to present the conference. And so it officially started in 2002 as Electronic Music Midwest, and then we did one in the fall 2003, and then that's when we switched to the fall, and we've been doing it ever since.
Okay.
Come on through.
Yeah. So, a little bit about Electronic Music Midwest 2008. Can you tell me maybe anything that makes this year's different from other years?
Well, every year is a little bit different because we get more submissions each year. This year I think we had about 275 submissions. It's a growing in popularity from composers. I think they know they're going to come here and get a great sounding system with real pros at the board to help them, get stuff set up, and it's a pretty stress-free environment. We kind of believe that it's a very social festival as opposed to many others that are out there. We sort of believe that, hey, Jeff. We sort of believe that, although the concerts are terribly important, we believe that most of the benefit of this happens in the bars, after the concerts, and so we want people to collaborate, get together, and talk shop and talk about life and why they're writing music. So I would say this festival in particular, the 8th year, is a little bit different. in that it seems that each year the collection of pieces becomes much more diverse. The technology seems to obviously be getting better, and the skill of the composers are better. We also have we have substantial composers that have been in this field for years, and they're coupled with students that are just finishing up or still in school, or student composers, and it's a real great opportunity to see those interact. Also, we have a new breed of students that come from each of the institutions. Kansas City, Kansas Community College sent 3 students this year to help. They're doing everything from running lights to recording concerts. We have students here from Lewis that are working it. And for some of them, it's their first experience with a serious concert. We call it now, but I call it concert electronic music.
Yeah.
Hi, come on through. You're all right. Yeah. So, the faces change a little bit. The music, again, has become much more diverse. We have a lot of composers here that have presented several times before, and their aesthetic direction and the music that they're presenting is vastly different than the pieces they've done in the past here. So it's kind of a good time for all type of thing.